In an unexpected move, PML-N has boycotted the Deputy Speaker Punjab Assembly election, which is scheduled to be held on Sunday at 1 p.m. Ali Haider Gilani, the candidate for PML-N and its coalition partner parties, came to Punjab Assembly. He was present inside the leader of the opposition chamber, but later on it was decided that they had to boycott this election. The PML-N and other parties cited that due to the speaker's election that was held yesterday and the counterfoil and the ballot paper serial numbers issue, they have boycotted the deputy speaker elections. And sources within the PML-N says that this has been decided just to make their case strong in the Lahore High Court, which they have already filed, and they have went to the Lahore High Court to get the justice on the speaker's election that held yesterday, in which Saptan Khan was elected as Speaker of the Punjab Assembly. To talk on all these political developments, I am joined by Tahir Khalil Sandhu, who is the Chief Whip of PML-N. Tahir Khalil Sandhu, thank you very much for your time. What do you see? What was the time actually when PML-N decided to boycott this election, when you have already nominated Ali Haider Gilani as the candidate for the Deputy Speaker election?
Thank you very much, Mr. Omer. We were ready to file the nomination papers, but when it was decided, because Ali Haider Gilani was the unanimous candidate, but at the end, when they have consulted with their parties and other parties, they said that he will not file the nomination papers. So we have to obey because we are just right now, we are coalition partners. That was the time. Otherwise, we have already got the papers, we have already processed, and all the papers were complete. Everything was complete. But the reason behind that, which is very cogent, that we have filed the red petition, which is fixed for Monday. And we have given the very cogent reasons the day before yesterday. But the word secrecy, which I mean and which I know in the different dictionaries of the word, that secrecy means secrecy, that it must be very secret, nobody knows. But unfortunately, what they did, they play the game, that the file they show us, the counter file and the copies for the elections, then there was number only on the counter file, not on the voter, where the voters have exercised this vote and her vote. But when people were going, they have changed copies. We were sitting, myself and Ali Haider Gilani as a polling agent, and Mr. Bilal Yasir went there and he just said that it's the same number where he is signing as and written that which constituency. Then it's very easy to know that the person which person has given to which party or which candidate. So due to all these, then there is no concept of secrecy, I think. They have just like, I will say the proper word, that they have just like killed this concept of the secrecy. So due to that, now we are in court day after tomorrow, and we have to see whether the courts will do justice with us also.
Though the matter is sub judice, but still you think that your case is pretty much strong?
Very strong. As a lawyer, I will say, not as a chief whip, as a lawyer of Supreme Court, I will say it's very strong, because we have given the evidence and the papers and the application which we given at the same time. It was from me as a chief whip, and we wrote and mentioned the numbers, both numbers, and even we just like took the pictures of these numbers of the vote where you have to cast your vote, and at the same time the counterpart vote. So then we have given all these things to there, and we agitated. It is not, it was televised by your Dawn, and Omer, you was there. It was televised events everywhere. So due to that, we will prove there that it was not, and 100%, everybody knows 100%, because we believe that Mr. Hamza, when he was elected, duly elected on 16 April, then there was no room, there was no such kind of thing that he already taken the oath even by the orders of the court. But 5 times he took the oath. So this is, we are feeling that there are some mysterious mystery why it's happening with PML-N and all other parties, why the only cases are against with the party, our party and other, just like People's Party and Frial Talpur and Honorable respected Sister Mariam and all these people. So these are the things which makes you just like sense of suspicious, and I could not understand what is the mystery, but hopefully I will say, I will not say anything final, but in the court, in the Honorable before the Chief Justice, we will prove that our case is strong, and I believe, as a student of law, the case will be in our favor.
So the decision to boycott the Deputy Speaker election came quite late. What is the reason behind it?
When ultimately there was meeting was going on in Islamabad and even in Lahore, so then they decided 10-15 minutes prior, before 5 o'clock, that we will not submit the papers. So myself, my duty is only that to obey that decision. Then I came from home. I was not feeling well. Then in last days I was exhausted also. But when we came, then it was informed me that we will not file the paper.
Apparently, it seems that the PTI MPAs are intact. That's why you have boycotted the election. Is it one of the reasons?
No. I will give you only one example. Yesterday when there was the election of Mr. Sirtan, very nice person, he secured 185 votes. 4 or 5 votes rejected. You can see the miracle or magic that in the election to the resolution against the Deputy Speaker, Dost Mohammad Mazari, 186 votes were intact. So when we look and we just check, already the paper were given to them already where the word was that we are not in favor in the Dost Mohammad Mazari. So this evidence we have also given in the court. So these are the things which makes you, otherwise we are not out of sense or out of mind that we will not fight the election. It's a part of a democracy. But democracy doesn't mean that there must not be democratic dictatorship.
In the past few months, we have seen some intolerance politics in the Punjab Assembly. In the coming few days, do you see that some political maturity is going to be seen in the Punjab Assembly on the floor of the House, or still the intolerance politics policy from both the sides will continue?
Yeah, Omer, very good question, very pertinent question. As my personal opinion, I like that there must not be such kind of incidents and such kind of things in the parliament. What the people will say, that these are our representatives? No. We have to work for them. But unfortunately, we have to go in the details and we have to check the ground, which person is perpetrator, which person is asking that there will be 3 parts of the country. There is a danger to atomic bomb, also there is a danger to that. So it doesn't mean that only one person is sincere to the country and others are not. So it was not in the politics. There was even if someone is defeated, he was accepting all this with a very prestigious manner. But right now there is no. But I believe and I pray that there must be such kind of, not tolerance, there must be acceptance first.
Thank you very much. You have just heard what Mr. Tahir Khalil Sandhu has said, and he looks quite hopeful that PML-N and their coalition parties will get justice from the Lahore High Court, the petition that had been filed by them on the objections on the Speaker's election that was held on Friday.